Sorry. Actually, I was just getting in position. But like you said, the real danger of medical marijuana is the rules against it. The rules against marijuana in the first place. That's the only danger I see. They've actually had real good, really, really very good luck with marijuana and its medicinal properties in more than one way, more than two ways, actually. The best way it's had an effect with me uh, is literally has allowed me to do away with the psychotropics I had been taking for depression, and I have a schizoaffective they say I'm a schizoaffective bipolar disorder. So I was taking like Depakote, and Zoloft, and Elavil, and all the other ones. And I'm one of those guys that gets the fucking nightmares and feelings of suicide and want to murder people and things. And it's weird, man. You get the strangest feelings and the strangest ideas go through your fucking head. You won't understand it. It's unbelievable sometimes. It blew me away. I remember once I was in a place where I had to be taken for a couple of weeks. My brother came to visit me. He said I came out there to visit him. I wasn't making any sense at all. Talking about going to a grocery store and standing in line or something, or eating spaghetti or something. And he said he was scared. He didn't understand me, so I had to tell the people to keep an eye on me. And it was all because I had uh, been given some psychotropics experimentally. Because they always ask you, what kind of psychologist, you go in for treatment and they ask you, now what kind of medicine do you think you should be taking? You know, and when I was younger, it was heroin. If they were going to ask me and seriously ask me and really want an answer, heroin worked for a long time. I wasn't depressed because I was depressed enough being a heroin addict. Come on. But I had a good hustle. I had a good sling. So I made plenty of money and I did all right. I kept myself pretty well. So, wasn't that big a deal. But at the same time, it's an addiction. An addiction is an addiction. I did end up just the lifestyle itself, even when you're slinging and making a little money, it's still just, it's hard on your family and stuff, especially, and then on you. And then as you get older, you really can't hustle as much. You learn that, you can't live that lifestyle anymore, especially once you get in your 40s. Oh, yeah. In my 30s, I was already starting to rock and slide down the path, to what sobriety, I guess you could call it. But I was having to, I used methadone for a week or two and got away with the got the methadone, the heroin out of my system. Got through the withdrawals. Yeah, once the withdrawal symptoms of the heroin were sure to be gone, a couple weeks later. And then I knew that after that, through rational recovery, pretty much my own system, since I don't believe in God, deities, and all that kind of crap, and higher power shit isn't going to help. I needed to realize that I needed help and support to realize that I'm the one who determines what I'm going to do with my life. I can't expect some God helping me, some deity, some higher power. I can't expect that. That's just an unreal expectation. It has to be you. You have to do it for yourself. You'll have support, but you need real support from real people. That's your other power. Those are the other tools you use, not unseen tools that you have to do some ritual prayer and have faith. That doesn't work. It's you who decides every morning what you're going to do, each day what you're going to do, all night what you're going to do. You decide that stuff, unless you're a total sheeple. Nobody wants to admit that, right? So once you get over the fucking heroin addiction, then it's up to you. Once you get over the heroin physiological withdrawal, it's up to you to stop the behavior. And I was able to do that, luckily. But my bipolar came back, schizophrenia, and everything started coming back. So I started smoking a lot of weed. I'll be damned if that didn't fucking help. That was, once you get high, there's nothing to be depressed about, for crying out loud. For one thing, you know. And another thing, I was happy because I wasn't addicted to heroin anymore. I got up in the morning and I was hungry for a bag. No, I was hungry for food, for breakfast. And that itself, that little thing, get up in the morning and be hungry for breakfast is just the greatest feeling. And so that just, I even utilize that for at least the first part of my day. I was on a mission to get something to eat. you know, kind of worked, helped out. So you find yourself things to do or whatever, but that's the point you have to make. You have to make sure you realize and keep to yourself. You have to take responsibility. That's basically what it is. You're taking responsibility for your actions. No, I'm not going to ask you to go out. People, please don't go out and try to get hold of the people that you transgressed and apologize or something. They really probably don't even want to see you. If you stole from them and you owe them money, send them some money and write them a letter. But don't, just knock on their doors. It might scare them. There's nobody you have to. You need to forgive. You need to get forgiven by your kids. You need to get a hold of your kids. You need to tighten that up. Okay. That's one thing that's important. Very important for family. If you got kids, they're going to want to see you, no matter what condition you're in. But make sure you're responsible when you do. Okay? Anyway, being able to utilize marijuana for this type of thing, and it even helps with that, with my addiction treatment. After the methadone, I only used it for a couple of weeks. I quit using it after, and there's no withdrawal from methadone after only a couple of weeks. I mean, you have to use it for a long time for some reason for it to actually change your receptors enough to crave it that badly. So, never happened, and therefore after that, it was all up to me. I knew that. I had support, and I knew that. I worked it and worked it and worked it. And I've chipped a couple times, but I've pretty much just to get high. Yeah. Oh, what was what made me do dope? Well, I was a youngster and I wanted to get high. That's pretty much it. I never thought in my mind, oh, I hate my father, I hate my mother. None of that. Just I want to get high. I did. But marijuana, what's wrong with being a little buzzed when you've learned how not to abuse? I have to admit now, I'm in a wheelchair. I don't have any legs. I'm in a lot of pain for a couple of different reasons. So I'm on pain meds now again. You put me on methadone of all things. How do you like that? And yet, I haven't abused it. I take it just the way the doctor says. It doesn't work very well, so I try to, I talk to the doctor and we work it. And I found a strain of pot that helps me enhance it, so I don't have to take as much. So that's helpful, and also pot helps me sleep and eat and stuff. So for some other reasons, so hey, anyway, glad to talk to you. Nice talking to you. We'll see you later. I'm Gerald. This is Portland, Oregon. That's how I feel about marijuana. The real danger is the laws against it. I mean, come on. You want me to be an opiate addict or a pot addict? Good night.